Hello everyone, my name is Roy. Thank you for watching. This is my 3-month update after my uh, duodenal switch surgery with a gastric sleeve. And let me go ahead and just get right into the stats. So, as of today, I am 232 pounds, and meaning I have lost 70 pounds since my day of surgery 3 months ago, and 82 pounds since my pre-op diet began. I've lost a total of 10 inches at the waist, 9 inches in the chest, and 4 inches in the neck. So I'm super thrilled with where I am. My diet, I'm getting 140 grams of protein in every single day. I'm staying under 40 grams of carbs. I'm staying away from so no alcohol, which kind of sucks, but you know, I'll have it eventually. It's certainly no bread carbs. Still staying away from legumes. I'm staying away from vegetables. So hopefully in the next week or so, when I have my follow-up appointment, I'll be able to get on vegetables, because I actually really miss vegetables. And it's the raw vegetables. I can have some steamed vegetables, but just getting my protein in at mealtime that takes up all the food. So I can't wait to be able to maybe snack on some raw veggies in between meals. That might be nice. But I'm never really hungry, so I don't know how it's going to go. So we'll see. And I make sure that I get my at least 72 ounces of fluid in every single day. Some changes since the last time. So if you watched my last video, you'll notice at the end I got a little grouchy. And that's because I hit a bad plateau in month 2, a really bad plateau. So I went 6 days without losing a single pound, and 2 weeks with only losing 2 pounds, and it was awful. It was just awful. It was demoralizing. Didn't matter what I did. I changed up my exercise routine. I exercised more, and then I tried taking it easy on myself, and I went on liquid only, and I tried everything in the book, and it was just, my body was just at a plateau, and it was done. It was just done losing weight at that time. So it really sucked. The plateau really sucked. And so if you guys are going through this, or you're about to go through this, please know that if you have a plateau, they suck, and it will pass. Mine did, thankfully. And I know, trust me when I say, it doesn't feel like it will, because when I was going through it last month, everybody at the clinic and people on the Facebook support group was saying, oh, it'll pass. I didn't care what anybody said, because it felt like it wasn't going to pass. It really will. Thankfully it did. So my plateau was actually 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks, and it sucked. Now, my weight loss has slowed down since the first month, which is to be expected. But I wanted to share with you guys kind of how that works. So, weight loss is based on a percentage of your excess weight. So that number obviously moves your excess weight. So at 5'7", which I am, my ideal weight is about 160 pounds. So on my day of surgery, I was 302. So I needed to lose 142 pounds of excess weight. Well, in the first month, I lost 36 pounds, which was 25% of my excess body weight. This is an insanely high number. The second month, I lost 16 pounds, which was only 13% of my excess body weight at the start of the month. Now, how that calculated is because I lost the 36 pounds, the second month I started at a lower excess body weight. So that means even though I lost less than half of the amount that I did my first, it was still a pretty high percentage, because my excess weight was lowered because of the weight I had lost the first month. And the same happened for the third month. So my third month, I lost 18 pounds. That was after the plateau, thankfully. for a total excess of 20% excess body weight lost. So overall, I have lost 50% of my original total excess body weight in the first 3 months after surgery. 50%, and I'm thrilled with it. I am excited about the next 9 months because it's going to continue to slow down. At some point, I'm just going to be losing 4 or 5 pounds a month, and eventually I will get to a maintenance weight. But my target for right now is to be under 200 pounds at the beginning of 2021. And so I still have the rest of September, October, November, and December to lose 32 pounds. And I think I'll be able to do it. That's 10 pounds a month. And I'm going at a better clip than that now, so I should be able to do it. But if not, it's okay. Because one of the other big things I wanted to share with you guys is the non-scale victories. Now, when we did the pre-op mental health counseling, it was, they focused a lot on non-scale victories. And before you have the surgery, they sound fine in principle and in theory, but until you actually experience them in practice, they don't really make a lot of sense. So what are some of the non-scale victories that I've had? Well, the biggest one, and if you're watching this, you're probably either going through it or about to go through it, so you know what I'm talking about. One of the biggest ones that I've had is that I can go to any store and shop off the shelf now. Any single one. So I'm wearing extra large shirts and 38 to 40 pants. Every single store has those. Every single one. And that was not the case before. When I was in 48s and even at my highest weight, I was at a 50 waist. There's no store that carries that except for the big and tall places. And then you have to buy stuff online, and then they never fit right. And if you're shorter like I am, the legs are super wide, so you just look like a clown in these outfits. And so now I'm actually buying slim fit pants and feel good in it. Another one is restaurant boots. So you don't really think about this. Smaller people don't really think about this, but us bigger people, restaurant boots are our enemy, right? Because it's the table's right up on you and it's squeezing you in, and you just feel like everybody's staring at you. So if you were anything like me, I would always get a table instead of a booth because I didn't want to feel like I was shoehorning myself into a booth. And that's no longer an issue. I can go into any booth and sit down and there's room there. And that, God, it's such a confidence booster. If you're thinking about going through this, these non-scale victories will fuel you when you're only losing 18 pounds a month. And there's more. Bending and moving is easier. I can bend down and tie my shoes without having to sit down somewhere or, crouch down or something. I can just bend down and tie my shoes. And my joints are way happier. My knees and my hips and my shoulders, they don't complain nearly as much as they used to. Now I'm getting, I'm 45, so I'm no spring chicken. So my shoulders still hurt sometimes, but that's just typical age stuff. It's not a weight thing on my joints, and that feels great. Now granted, I still have 70 pounds to lose. Will I get down to 160? Probably not. If I get down to 180, I will be thrilled, and so will my body. So really, I couldn't be more thrilled. There's a ton of non-scale victories that I experience every single day. I saw an old friend that I haven't seen in months, and he didn't even recognize me. He's like, "You look incredible," and I'm like, "Man, I'm really working hard at this." So it's great. My wife and I are doing dance lessons now because it's a form of exercise. And so when we're dancing, I can actually be close to her and we can do the steps like normal people instead of having to do some modified dance because she's so far away because I was so big. So there's a ton of non-scale victories. They fuel you. I think actually the non-scale victories fuel me more than the scale because the scale is just a number. But the first time that I got into a size 40 shorts. And now they're big on me. I have to wear a belt on size 40s. The first time I got into size 40 shorts was huge because I haven't been in 40 shorts in 20 years, 25 years, almost. So it fuels you. Use it as motivation. It's so good for you. So what's not so great? So here are some things that are not so great. And I know I've said this before, but not being able to drink during a meal is by far one of the biggest downsides of this whole thing. Because and not being able to drink immediately after a meal, because if you, let's say you have a chicken breast for dinner, that taste is staying with you in your mouth until you're able to drink, and so you can't drink for an hour, so it's with you, and so you better hope you liked it and it's good, because it's in there. Yes, I know you can gargle and spit it out, but still it's in there. And just the social aspect, like whenever we go to a restaurant, which we don't do too much, but whenever we go to a restaurant and the waitress or waiter comes and they say, hey, what would you like to drink? I always say I don't want anything, because by the time I get there, I know it's going to be probably 15-20 minutes before I get my food, so I can't have anything in between, and I can't have anything during, and I can't have anything for a long time after. So there's no point in bringing me a drink. So I say no, and then they look at me like I have three heads, and I'm always having to say, oh, and don't bring any bread. So these are some of the things that you really have to keep an eye on when you're doing this.
Hey guys, so when I went to edit the video, I realized that apparently it accidentally cut off before it was done, so I wanted to finish this video real quick. The negatives are greatly outweighed by the positives right now, and getting through that plateau was huge for me. So if you're thinking about going through this, or if you've just been through it and you're coming up to the stages I am, just know that the real crappy times will pass. I know I didn't want to hear that when I was told because it didn't feel like it, but it really will. And then you'll get back on track. So the biggest advice that I can give you is to find somebody who helps you. My wife is great. She's always positive about it. And let them keep hammering it into you. And then don't be afraid to try different things to, mix up your experience, especially your exercise. So if walking is getting boring, try strength training. Or if strength training is getting boring, try dance lessons. Or if dance lessons is getting boring, try biking. Try to keep active no matter what, and keep yourself engaged, because if you start to lose motivation, then you're gonna start to see the weight loss slow. And stick with your diet. It's really important. I'm kind of super obsessed with making sure that I eat the right things and I get everything I'm supposed to get in every day, and I think it's showing. I'm sure at some point I'm going to be able to relax that a little bit. So, but at this point I'm still in the driving to lose the weight phase. So those are the two biggest takeaways that I can give you. And I hope really that these videos help you in any way, even a small way. And please feel free to ask any question or leave a comment in the comments section. If you ask a question, I'll get back to you as soon as I can, usually within hours, because I want to make sure that you guys get advice and help soon, so that you can make your own smart decisions. And if you just want to say something nice, that's okay too. So anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe to this playlist. I'll update it at least once a month. And again, I'll see you next month.